Hey everyone, it is Friday, April 7th. The time right now is 1:20 p.m. and the temperature here in Seoul is about 14 degrees Celsius. And I am here in the Myeong Dong neighborhood. And this is an area famous for its shopping and many expensive retail outlets. There's also a fair number of more affordable ones as well. And just across the street is the monstrous Lotte department store. So I'm going to walk into the main pedestrianized areas of Myeong Dong, and we'll take a look around there. And then I think I'll head up to Jongno. But that'll only take about 5 minutes or so from Myeong Dong. And this is typically one of the busiest areas in the city. And some of the pedestrianized streets get insanely busy. There's the Myeong Dong Underground Shopping Center. So it's kind of a maze of streets just like this. And I'll do my best to make sense of it. And I'll also try not to duplicate any areas, which can be a bit of a trick here. This area is Bus City. But there are two subway stations on either side of the main shopping area. I'll be passing by both of those. That's a very common sight here. And there's an Aloft Hotel. I almost booked a room at the Aloft in Bangkok for later on this trip. I had stayed there before, it's quite good. And this has to be the nicest intersection in Seoul. There's a gorgeous Shinsegae department store over there. And over on this corner, you have the Bank of Korea Money Museum, formerly the Bank of Korea. And the Seoul Central Post Office is nearby as well. So apparently that Shinsegae department store dates back to the 1930s. And that building there is actually designed by a Japanese architect. But it was later repurposed into the Bank of Korea. There's a nice fountain over there. And on that mountain straight ahead is Namsan Tower. And there's a cable car lift system that can take you up there, which I can see. I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up or not. And like the Lotte department store, the Shinsegae here is humongous. And just on the other side of it is a really popular market called the Namdaemun Market. All right, let's make our way through the busy streets of Myeongdong. And you often have to look up at these buildings, as the businesses will go many floors up. It certainly gets a lot busier than this over towards the more main areas. Oh, there's a Ferrari over there. I think if I head up to the main street up here, we might be able to catch a glimpse of Namsan Tower. There are a ton of money exchanges here. There's also a lot of hotels. Keep Portland Weird on a big old American style pickup truck. All right, I had a feeling this view would present itself. There's Namsan Tower. So I'll walk along this road here, and the main road through the shopping area stems off of exit 6 from the subway station. There's a Days Inn Hotel, or Days Hotel. So no, I'm not quite at the busy shopping area yet. But when I first moved to Seoul back in 2007, this area kind of blew me away with how crazy busy it gets. It's also the first place I ever saw a 5-story Dunkin' Donuts. There's also an old, quite famous cathedral in this area, as well as the Nanta Theater. Oh wow, this used to be a giant Uniqlo here. So that's the main road I'm going to head down. I'll just give you a glimpse at what lies underneath before we head that way. So this is exit 7 of Myeong Dong subway station on line 4. And I also walked by a few underground shopping complexes earlier. And this looks pretty much just like those ones. That's about $10, 10,000 won. I'm sure if you have the patience to come to these places and dig through this stuff, you'll find some pretty good finds. But if you know me, you know I'm not a fan of shopping. I'm sure that's a genuine Supreme backpack. We'll be seeing a lot of genuine items being sold by street vendors. Well, that'll take you into the subway station. Oh, and the Migliore entrance here is closed. I wonder if the whole thing is closed. That was a large fashion mall in a high-rise. They have another one up at Dongdaemun. And for the first time since about 2014, I will climb up these stairs. The Migliore Hotel seems to be open. Maybe it's undergoing a renovation. And there's a movie theater in that building, a CGV. I've seen I've seen movies there. But what the heck happened to the Uniqlo? And I've been through this area when it is shoulder to shoulder. And I can assure you, it is better to record it like this on a weekday afternoon than if I come back tomorrow when it is like that. I don't believe vehicles are allowed on this street that I'm walking on. There's a Holika, a Korean cosmetic company that used to have a store in the Young Eglinton Center of all places. Well, apparently motorbikes are allowed. I was worried that I would have trouble getting a clear view with all the people that are usually here. Maybe it's just not as busy post-pandemic. And this is the street that 5-story Dunkin' Donuts was on. That blew me away when I first moved to Korea. Mask Lab? Okay, I've seen it all. Although in fairness to them, they did hold on to the mask mandate a lot longer. They just dropped it this month in most places. Was this where the Dunkin' was? It's kind of weird seeing places closed up around here. That Dunkin', that Migliore. There used to be 2 H&Ms on this street. I remember the MLB shop used to be straight ahead and to the left. I wonder if they relocated. And there used to be a lot of street vendors set up with tables and running down the middle of the street. And back in 2007, the belt I'm wearing now, I bought from one of those vendors. That's also where you'd see a lot of not so genuine Louis Vuitton and other name brand handbags and that sort of thing. Oh, this H&M is still there. This is almost like Myeong Dong Light compared to how I remember it. There's tourist info. So earlier in the video, I was over there towards that Lotte department store. Yeah, the MLB shop used to be just over here on the left. Sorry. That lady, I think, just walked into me. I don't know who's at fault. I'll just say sorry. Do the Canadian thing. There's the Myeong Dong Theater. I don't think I'm going to come back to see what it's like tomorrow, but if you're familiar with Seoul, let me know down in the comments if things are much busier on weekends here versus this. I would assume so. I remember there's a lot of good restaurants on this street. There's a Jimdok restaurant. I've not had Jimdok in a long time. Oh, and it smells really good. Well, H&M has been consolidating a lot of their stores in Toronto as well. There were a few duck galbi joints here. I wonder if they're still around. There's one, Yugane. That's a chain, probably my least favorite. So I think Myeong Dong Cathedral is just up there. You can't really see it that well from here. That might be as good a view of it as I'm gonna get. All mask story. Polo. Delhi manju. The turnover of these retailers is unreal. I don't know if there's Google Street View of this area. I imagine it looks quite different now than what it would have before.
She's not my buddy. She's one of them.
All right, I'm going to make a left at this next street.
내리면은 남양동에서 내려.
It's also worth noting they just lifted some of the hurdles on entering the country. I don't mean to sound negative on this place, it's just not at all what I remember it being, but I actually think it's better like this. So what, a few big retailers have disappeared? You can actually walk through it without getting trampled. I used to dread coming here. Kmart. Not there anymore. La Nueva. I remember this place. Don't ask me why, but I do. There's a barbecue shop. Barbecue shop. Who talks like that? Character shop. Another vacant storefront.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Korea. Vote. And we are back here. Hey, a New Balance store. All right, I'm gonna turn left here and then it'll take us over towards Uljiro Ilga, the Line 2 subway station that serves Myeong Dong.
Well, I hope for the sake of a lot of these retailers and the economy, this area bounces back a bit more than this. But selfishly, kind of like it. And now we're going to head up to Jongno. Their store in Itaewon used to have extra large sizing, because that's where most the foreigners would shop for shoes in Itaewon. Koreans just sort of naturally have small feet, which is odd because Korean men are the tallest in Asia on average, but I met guys that were 6'2", 6'3", and they were like size 9. Whereas I'm 5'11" and size 11, and that's fairly normal. I remember there being like a Smoothie King this way. The outdoor cancer box. So that there will take you down into Uljiro Ilga. That's a Line 2 subway station, but I'm just curious if that Smoothie King is still here. I think it was in here, next to this Starbucks. Oh well. This is back to near where I started this. I started just over there, in front of that Lotte. This is kind of the traditional downtown Seoul. I think this road here is Uljiro. There's a big duty-free shop in there. I think you have to show them proof of a plane ticket, an outbound plane ticket, as well as bring your passport if you want to make any purchases from that shop. Sorry, my microphone it started to slip off. I'm just going to reattach it. There we go. I've been seeing a lot of this Mega Coffee big size 2-shot everywhere. That's a new chain that wasn't here last time. It is home to a bank. That building seems to have historical status here, dating back to 1909, based on that plaque I glimpsed at. So this should be the Cheonggyecheon stream coming up. We'll be crossing. All right, if this guy jaywalks, I'll go for it. There is the Samsung Tower straight ahead. And my Airbnb is literally just over there. So I live streamed along here last night and earlier today. The stream actually terminates just off in that direction.
어떤 사람이 있나 그 옆에.
It's pretty aggressive. I remember thinking that was quite futuristic back when I first came here. And on the right, we have the Bosengak. That's a bell pavilion that was originally constructed in 1936. That was destroyed multiple times in various wars. That is a reconstruction of it. All right, I have walked a lot today. I've done one live stream, well, one that was actually in 2 parts, and then a few different videos. Let's see, what does the Fitbit say? Oh, that sucks. My Fitbit thinks it's 2 a.m. So it says I've only done 8,000 steps. Well, I'll have to do some math if I want to figure out the true amount. There's Holly's. I think I'm going to grab a coffee. And maybe a small snack and head back into the Airbnb. And I'll later emerge to record a walk through Gangnam tonight. Mardi Gras Beer Festival. Homemade burger, $9. Or I guess 9,000 won for a chili cheeseburger. And it looks like it comes with fries. I would say if you're coming to Seoul and it's your first time, this is probably the best area to stay. It's quite central and you can get to most of the touristy things. But the subway is so convenient here, I guess it really doesn't matter that much. But if you just want to get out by foot and explore, I think there's a lot more within reach here than in a neighborhood like Gangnam. Anywho, I'm going to try one of these little cafes here. That one or that one, rather than get something from a big chain. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Walking around Myeong Dong through the craziness to back here in Jongno. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. And if you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. And I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. And there is a super thanks button appearing below these videos as well. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink!